Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I love being able to go through Scars Publications collection of books and share material like I would at the first Wednesday of every month in honor of the Tom Woodruff-sponsored poetry reading space called Community Poetry that I'm afraid is closed down due to the pandemic. But, however, in order to keep that spirit alive, I'm reading material from recent Scars Publications books. I'm going to share with you some poetry that is not only in this cc&d issue collection book from May to August 2022 that is titled The Wall. I'm also going to share the first two poems I'm going to share in this reading with you. They're in this book are also in the Scars Publications book titled The Periodic Table of Poetry. It has poems for every element of the periodic table. This was actually published before all of them had names, all the way to 118 in the periodic table, which was Unanactium in this, but in a later book was called Oganison. Anywho, like you needed to know that. Well, if you want to check out those books, you can. But I'm going to share with you some poetry that is in both of those books, and maybe I'll share one or two of those periodic table poems, and then maybe some shorter ones to give you a breath of relief. This first one is for Dysprosium. I knew I could cut through you like a knife, but you were always difficult to get at. With you, I couldn't get my fingers wet when I wore surgical gloves in my searches for you. I couldn't feel what I was doing when I was looking for you, but I kept looking because you had the highest magnetic strength of anything I'd ever dealt with in my life. You drew me to you. I couldn't help it. I know you're not free, and the thing is, you've always tried to bring along some of your mineral compatriots whenever we had a chance to meet. And still, I'd have to search the world for you, to go to the other side of the planet, because I swear, I thought you were worth more than all the tea in China. I couldn't help it. You put a whole new light on everything after you hit me with your laser-like intensity. As I said, you had this magnetic effect on me. You're rare, and I couldn't help it. I should have known that if you got close, if I got the chance to breathe you in, you'd probably be an explosive hazard to me. I should have known that what we had could be ignited by the sparks we could make. But as I said, I couldn't help it. Even if you cause this spark, even if you cause this explosive reaction, I still have to come back, because no matter what, the burning I feel for you doesn't last as long as you do. You burn readily, but you're hard to get, and I'm waiting for that next chance to feel that reaction with you again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was one periodic table poem. I think I might share another one. Flip the pages in this book in cc&d issue collection book titled The Wall. One more from The Wall that is also in periodic table poetry. Dun dun dun. And it is titled Holmium. I got a set of poetry word magnets, so you could arrange words on your fridge to write a message or write a poem. And even though I remember that magnets have two sides, two poles, I still took one of the magnets. I think the word on the magnet was stick. And turned it around to see how it wouldn't stick to the fridge. Now, holmium has the highest magnetic strength of any element. So I thought about this magnet's poles, but I didn't know that scientists had been using holmium to try to discover the widely theorized and avidly debated magnetic monopole, a magnet that only has one pole. Grand unified and superstring theories predict their existence, and these magnetic monopoles could explain a ton about space, time, and the laws of physics. But the theory is that there's so little of it, and nobody's been able to even find it. So they'll keep using this magnetic holmium to try to find this hypothetical particle. And it's strange. When it comes to holmium, I mean, it's used to color cubic zirconia. And when it comes to that magnetism, holmium can even absorb nuclear neutrons. But the cool thing is that holmium is used for dental and medical purposes. And it's even used with solid-state lasers to remove some early-stage cancers with only a local anesthetic. Wow. That it can help scientists understand more about the universe, even if it's only on the quantum level. I guess was a reason why I was so drawn to these qualities. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was 2 periodic table poems that appear not only in the cc&d issue collection book from 2022 titled The Wall, but also in the Scars Publications poetry book, The Periodic Table of Poetry. 2 books, two in one. There's in both of these books, but what I think I'm going to do is share with you a few more poems that are in this section, because I would follow them up with, I'm seeing ones right now, that from people who would send short stories about periodic table elements. So if I had a little bit of space, I would have room for a Twitter-length poem, which is why, based on the suggestion from a chemist friend in Chicago, I released a book of Twitter-length poems for every element in the periodic table. And I think I'm going to share maybe 3 for you guys. Do I think that's fair? Yeah, maybe 3. Maybe I'll do those 2 elements in Twitter length and a bonus poem for you guys. The first one I'm going to share is Dysprosium 162, another isotope. Dysprosium 162, from superfluid to super solid. Beware science content. Bum, bum, bum. Dysprosium 162, from superfluid to super solid. Super cool dysprosium 164. Make it a super fluid, flowing without friction. Stir it and it always swirls. The superfluid atoms overlap, morphing together, and dysprosium's magnetism sticks it into droplets. Crisscross superfluid tubes of dysprosium 164 droplets, and it becomes a super solid. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, not only were those released as story-length poems, but they would have images that would go with them that would be released on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, and the like. They're in black and white in the book. I tried to show it to you in color. It is next to impossible to see when you are looking at it through a screen like this, but if you look up this element online, you would be able to see it in color, which is also cool. I'm going to share with you a bonus poem. Maybe I'm going to end with the holmium poem, since that was the last Twitter-length full poem I did. But I'm going to throw in a bonus one right here. This is for bismuth, and it is a Twitter-length poem titled Bismuth in an Ocean of One. Only tiny bits of bismuth are in the Pacific, not unlike the one lonesome whale the Navy heard at 52 hertz, higher than what any other whale can hear. Media, musicians mourned. We all understood that loneliness, until ocean audio heard 52 hertz sounds, proving no one is truly alone. That's so cool that I have to try to show you an image of one lonesome whale in the bismuth ocean of one. It's hard to be able to see, although in the book it's not even in color, but you can see it in the book, and you can also see it online if you look up bismuth in an ocean of one. But the last one I'm going to share with you, thulium, I'm looking at dysprosium, just found my dysprosium again. The last one I'm going to share with you is for holmium. which is so cool. And it is titled Holmium, Only One Atom. I own a magnetic necklace. No clasps, stays together by attraction. It's ingenious. So make it tiny with earrings. For researchers made the smallest magnet from one holmium atom. I beg to differ if they only use it for data storage. And trust me, one atom of holmium can do so much more. As I had said, these come with images. Let me try to show something and block a little bit of that background, although people aren't seeing my tree when I do it this way, but there is an image for it if you'd like to be able to check it out online to see it in color. Otherwise, they also exist in both of the books, the Twitterverse Periodic Table of Poetry and the cc&d May August 2022 issue collection book titled The Wall. Yes, it's got the Portland wall on the cover. But anywho, I think I might come back and read a few more poems in this 1 to 3 p.m. timeline in honor of the community poetry book reading that happened on the first Wednesday of every month that I'm afraid closed down stiff due to the coronavirus and the pandemic. But anyhow, stay well. We'll keep this going, we'll keep this alive, we'll keep strong. And I look forward to talking to each and every one of you very, very soon. Thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you.